It's time for one more video game review for the end of the year, and this will be an interesting one. It's a Mario spin-off game, Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. Yep, it turned 10 years old. It is interesting that Toad got its first spin-off game since other Mario characters got their spin-off games, except Bowser. But since this game was one that Nintendo made, I decided to do a review. Let's begin. It opens with Captain Toad and Toadette ascending a tower to claim a star, but a giant bird appears and steals the star and taking either Toadette or Toad. Yeah, in each chapter one of the two gets captured and the player controls either Toad or Toadette to save them. Before I get to the game, I should talk about the game's appearance. The game was announced at E3 2014, releasing it on December 5th in US, which came out 2 weeks after the big Wii U game Super Smash Bros. 4 came out. But as you know, the Captain Toad levels were in Super Mario 3D World, where it started as a prototype concept that was included as side levels in the final product, in which I think it was a great idea to do a game based on the levels, but make it into a full game. And like I said, this is Toad's first game outside of other games he's playable with other Mario characters. So when the game was shown, I was pretty excited. I got it on my 20th birthday along with other games, and I played it. And after I finish talking about the game, I'll get to the legacy afterwards. Right off the bat, you might think this is a platformer game. Well, no actually. This is a action puzzle game. Every level you have to go to every area and grab coins or turnips and even grab 3 diamonds. At the end of the level is to grab a star, just like the Mario games. Depending on each chapter, you do play as Toad or Toadette. There is no jumping on the characters because they use a large backpack, so the only option is to move the character and even the camera control. I'll talk about that in a second. The graphics are great, pretty polished. I know the graphics looks the same as Super Mario 3D World, but hey, what can you do? The levels in the game are great too. Even though they are short, they are fun levels. I even like the reference of Donkey Kong, even though Super Mario Odyssey did that too. The camera controls don't bother me at all. I know there's a gyroscope control if you want to use it, but for me, I went with the analog sticks on the gamepad, and it works better during the levels. It can be pretty challenging sometimes, but after a while, it feels ripe to be finished. Probably my favorite part in the game, besides the levels and the gameplay, is the level that uses minecarts. They are very fun, but they are short, in which it does allow the gyroscope controls on the gamepad to move around. I really like that, but I wish there was more like that. There are bosses in the game, but they do repeat, like the dragon and the bird. They're not that hard. There are ways to knock out the bosses without jumping. You can solve to see how. If I had any problems with the game, there's only 2. One is, I wish there was more levels. I mean, 79 stages is good, but could have been around 40 stages and have minecart levels more longer. But hey, the levels are great. And the other one is the music. The music, while they sound good, can get repetitive. They kind of repeat some of the same music in other levels. I was listening to some and I said, why are they using a music they used it before? The music, while good to listen to, is pretty redundant. But all in all, Captain Toad Treasure Tracker is a pretty good game. Not bad for Toad's first solo game. And while it's been almost 10 years since I beat the game, I did have good memories of the game. Also, when this game came out, it was $40, not a full price. And the reason why is because the game was small scale, and yeah, I think $40 was good to make it a small scale game with some replay value in there. Now, the legacy of the game is pretty interesting. This game was kinda underrated, but over time, it's heard a lot more, and that's good. The Wii U version sold at 1 million worldwide, which is not bad to make it. But then, in 2018, the game got announced that it's being ported on the Nintendo Switch and even on the 3DS. Okay, the game being on the 3DS is weird, and I get why, because it was going to be the original plan. They wanted Captain Toad Treasure Tracker on the 3DS because its stereoscopic 3D effect. I mean, when you put it that way, the game on Wii U does look like 3D effect, just minus on a handheld. So the game made it to the 3DS and even made it to the Switch. Since the Wii U had difficult with the sales, the Switch was selling like madness. In the Switch version, they added multiplayer, and even new additional levels themed after Super Mario Odyssey. But that's not all. In 2019, there's even paid DLC featuring 18 new levels and 5 courses. Like, dude, I could have easily got the Switch version and not the Wii U version, and I got all of that. And the sales for the Switch version has gone up to 2 million worldwide. But yeah, I totally wish I got the Switch version of Captain Toad Treasure Tracker and not get the Wii U version. But even though I had the Wii U before the game came out, there wasn't anything I could have done. Anyways, besides the game on the port, I do like Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. If you never played this game before, you might check this out if you like Mario games or puzzle games. Maybe one day it could be a hidden gem of Nintendo games. I still think it's underrated, at least for me. That is all for this game. Happy 10 years. The next couple videos will be movie reviews. I will see you all in the next one, folks. Bye bye.